Maytag went home with its new owner today. She was really happy and just loved it. Took a trip down to the meeting for the Weird Little Car Club, and I cannot say enough good things about those people. First of all, I have to say thank you to Brian for inviting me. I would never have known that such a thing even existed. We got a great demo on an amazing laser ablation technique. I have to give thanks to Eric, the owner of Auto Tech West, that hosted the event. He's got a great shop if you are an air-cooled V-dub guy or a classic V-dub guy or just any kind of car guy. I mean, he fixes daily drivers too, but definitely has a weakness for cool old cars. And I mean, that shop felt like kind of walking back in time almost. Just kind of like modern equipment with kind of a, 1960s shop feel. Just amazing. And just all the guys in the club, there's no pretense, there's no attitude, there's no brand snobbiness. Just a bunch of people getting together and helping each other get and keep cool old cars on the road. And even got to go for a ride in a Model T. I can't wait to show it all to you guys. We've got it coming up later on in tonight's video. It's going to be a fun one. Cheers. As I'm able to, I'll just keep investing back into making the production values better and better. But microphone, a couple of cords, a little frame with some grips. Tripod's definitely better than the other one. Yeah. I don't know what that does. Well, I'm going to set this up and then I'm going to do a kind of special little video for you all. You might enjoy it. Stay tuned. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a friend and a drinking straw and an axe. A sharp axe is good, but for accuracy, probably a dull one is better. Now, you can hold the straw and the other one is going to swing the axe at it and try and cut it shorter. That's how a rotary mower works. Basically, you're flinging a hopefully sharpened blade at high speed at a blade of grass, and that blade of grass is going to move out of the way and eventually you're going to rip its top off. A real mower works more like a pair of scissors. I can show you that in a second here. Alright, what you are looking at here is the underside of the TECOmaster reel mower. And what we have here is a fixed blade. Okay, it's called the knife bed. And as these blades, which actually aren't really that sharp, if you run your finger along them, you're not going to get cut. They're flat on the edge. As they run along, they cut like a pair of scissors would. And then the next blade comes along. And you can see along this edge, it's a little shiny, but it's not quite where we want it to be. So, traps the grass here and cuts it off. Very clean. We are going to attempt to sharpen this mower. I've never done it before. We're going to adjust this blade bed. It's really close already, but we want just really light contact with these blades. And then we're going to apply lapping compound, and we're going to drive this via the chain with an electric drill in the reverse direction, and that's going to make sure that the blade bed and the blades basically fit each other perfectly. There, that'll hopefully give us a really nice cut. Lapping compound. This is pretty cheap at Canadian Tire. Basically this is kind of old school for doing valves on engines, gasoline engines, diesel engines. Basically the idea is you would put this on the mating surface of the valve to the cylinder head and spin it around, and then it kind of seats it and makes it match. It's just I say it's silicon carbide particles suspended in grease. So it's kind of like toothpaste for your engine. In this case, it's going to work really nicely to match up these two surfaces and get a nice cutting edge. So I'm going to start dabbing some on and we'll see how it goes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust the height of the knife bed or blade bed, and that's done right on these here. We're just going to pivot it up just ever so slightly because we're already really close.
For all time's sake.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. And we get the lapping compound on there. Well, I already did that one. Alright, so that's all of them. Alright, it's time to get a bit messy. I've just got a cordless drill rigged up with an 11/16 socket that engages with this nut. We're going to turn it in reverse direction. This also works for manual mowers. It's not limited to gas-powered mowers. Like a manual mower, the blade is driven by the wheels. So basically you pull the wheel off and you can buy a kind of adapter or a crank or something like that to do it by hand, or just, you know, rig something up, get creative. Why not? This works really well. I'm going to put it on low speed and we're just going to go for a while and hopefully it gets nice and shiny. Sounds promising.
As time goes by.
If I could describe that process in one word, it would be cathartic. I had a bit of a tough day at work today. I thought this might be just what I needed, and it did not disappoint. So we've adjusted the knife bed so that it just barely misses. It's about, you could think of it about half the width of a blade of grass is kind of what you want. And if you look really closely, let me get you in here, you can see how nice and clean and shiny this edge is now. I could see a guy, you know, if you had a hand crank or something and you wanted to spend, you know, a nice afternoon just sitting there cranking this over, I think that would be time well wasted. So now we've got to test this thing and see how good a job I've done. So this is a bit of a before. This is a random piece of paper with some photocopies of my licenses that I had to take for work, and it did cut, but you know, it's not amazing. So we're just going to test this here, and hopefully I might be a bit loose on the blade bed, but hopefully not. Let's see here. Yeah. Too loose on the blade bed. better than swinging an axe at a drinking straw.
It's been a long time.
Just on my way to go check out the weird little car club show, and spotted this sweet 4-door 57 Chevy on my way there. At any rate, it's a pretty nice car. I'll meet you there at the club. Should be fun. Cheers. I think I'm at the right place. Cameras come out because no one can believe it, right? Roy Marcos Hudson needs no introduction.